feeling really down these days, and I don't know why. Have you exercised today? No. Did you go outside? No. Did you talk to anyone? No. Did you eat well? No. Did you limit your scrolling time? No. Did you make any plans? No. Did you drink enough water? No. Did you get enough sleep? No. Wait, yes. Yes to that one.
The majority of adults who are diagnosed with ADHD are often misdiagnosed with anxiety and or depression. And the reason why I believe this is the case is because of something called executive dysfunction. We have to find executive dysfunction and beat him up because he's the one causing all of this stuff. But there's a fair amount of anxiety that's behind all this. So I think when we talk about executive dysfunction, we know that you can be paralyzed, you can be on the couch, you can be frozen, you can be in a dirty house, you can be in a dirty room, and nothing has been done. And when you look around, you look at your environment, it's clearly depressing. So you sit there in this depressed state and you think to yourself, oh my goodness, I'm depressed. My ADHD has led to depression. My executive dysfunction has led to depression. I agree with that. All that is true. But if executive dysfunction leads to depression, what's the thing that's fueling the executive dysfunction? And I think that's the anxiety. It's the anxiety. A lot of times when you have ADHD or autism, you also have anxiety and depression along with it. So it's not a matter of ADHD or anxiety. It's more so ADHD and anxiety and depression. And you have to figure out how to take care of all these three at the same time. This three-headed monster. When you look at the anxiety that's leading to the executive dysfunction, it comes from inaction. Like it's a circle, it's a chain. Anxiety leading to executive dysfunction, which leads to depression, which leads back around to anxiety. And then the world just keeps on spinning, right? It keeps on spinning. It's a frustrating and it's a vicious cycle. It's an awful cycle. And the only thing that defeats anxiety is action. But how do you take action if you're depressed and everything around you is depressing? That's the $1,000,000 question. How do we take action? Because when we take action, that's when we defeat the anxiety. But until we take action, we haven't done anything. We have to find a way. We have to psych ourselves into finding out how we can take action. We can use stimulants and use coping skills some way, somehow. But we're going to have to find a way to spur into action. Until we do that, our situation is not changing. There's no way you feel better without taking action. But before you can take action, you have to remove and eliminate the shame. I always talk about implementing a system, and that starts with removing and eliminating the shame. If you feel bad about yourself, it's pretty hard to do anything about it. We get stuck in this cycle of self-pity and woe was me and the world sucks, and all these things can be true. But it doesn't mean that you're a lazy person. That doesn't mean that you're a person who isn't worthy of love, attention, and respect. You're just somebody who has ADHD. You're just a neurodivergent individual in a neurotypical world doing your best to survive. You're not even thinking about thriving. You just want to survive. You just want to get from Monday to Tuesday, Tuesday to Wednesday, and back around to the next week. So in order to take action, which is going to be the key here, we have to talk about ourselves in kind ways. We have to lift ourselves up. Say your affirmations. Find ways to count the small wins. And over time, you'll feel a little bit better and you'll have a little bit of energy. And with that small amount of energy, you take some action. I don't care what it is, whether you get up, whether you do jumping jacks, whether you clean your bed, whether you clean something small in the bathroom. Use that small amount of energy and take some type of action. And over time, the small wins will pick up. When we talk about ourselves in a positive light, and we override those negative voices in our head, and we find new ways to be kinder to ourselves, that's going to lead to the action. And the action is going to defeat the anxiety. And removing the anxiety is going to allow us to do. And now we're lifting ourselves out of the depression. It's like a little magic formula. I promise it's not magic, but it feels like it. You got this. I believe in you.